So this is US dollar Japanese yen analysis for Monday the 19th of March. Now, let's just have a look what I'm prices and where prices may likely go. So our most recent trend, and we've seen sell side momentum return to the market from this 107.32. We've had prices come down towards this 106.40. I was expecting possibly a test of the 106.95 for a head and shoulders sell side continuation pattern. Instead, we didn't get the retracement back up towards this 106.95, and what we did see was prices trade through the 106.32, retested, broke down further, consolidation, another retest at 106.32, and further sell side momentum coming to the market. We didn't quite get down to this major level here of the 105.55. But we have seen a bullish buy side momentum return to the market, capped at the 106.20, didn't quite test the 106.32. In around 106.32, we do have the added confluence of the 200 period moving average. So we do have a horizontal level coupled with a dynamic level of potential resistance being the 200 period moving average, thus increasing likelihood of seeing sell side momentum. And that's exactly what we saw over here to your left. Now, again, if we do head back up towards that 106.32, we do still have the 200 period moving average in and around that area, along with the horizontal level. But we also have a further confluence. So we've got a triple confluence here of the 400 period moving average as well. So we have the 400 and 200 period moving averages potentially acting as dynamic levels of resistance, as well as the horizontal level of the 106.32. So if we do see that sell side momentum return to the market from that 106.32, we are potentially expecting prices to head back down towards our most recent swing lows here in the market. Our most recent swing lows currently in around that 105.60 or so. Yeah, 105.60. And we'll see whether we do head back down towards our 105.60, but ultimately we are looking for price to head down towards that 105.55, major level marked out here in red. Now, as we can see here on our chart, and we have our lows, we've had a move upwards, somewhat capped. We've seen sell side momentum come back into the market. We didn't retest these most recent swing lows here. Instead, what we did see was prices come down, potentially putting in a higher low. So we have our lows just here. Sorry about this. Make sure I join the chart. So we have our lows here, potentially a higher low there. So we do seem poised for further upside continuation, possibly into in and around that area of the 106.32, where we do have the triple confluence of the 400 period moving averages, as well as the horizontal level. If we were able to break and hold on to the 106.32 to the upside, we are looking for prices to then head up towards that 106.95, where we previously found resistance here in this market. So if we scale over a little bit here towards that 106.95, we are seeing we did find resistance in around that 106.95 on 3 such occasions over here to your left. So before seeing that further move to test that another resistance all the way up at the 107.32. So those are the levels that we are looking at to the upside. We do seem poised to head up there, especially in light of posting a higher low. But if we do see a turnaround from where we are at present, or possibly even around at 106.20, where we did find resistance previously before heading up to testing the 106.32, we are looking for prices to retest the 106.60, which I've mentioned, and 105.55. If we successfully break below the 105.55, the very next level to the downside that we are looking at here on the US dollar Japanese yen is all the way down at the 104.65. Now, with that said, let's just have a look at the higher time frames for wrapping up here on the US dollar Japanese yen. So we head over to the monthly chart first on the US dollar Japanese yen. Make sure we get the scaling correct. We remove the drawings off the charts to make the charts a bit more pleasant on the eye. And as we can see here, we've had it was like 2014, 2015. So we've had sell side momentum come into the market, head down towards a 100 level. We've had further buy side momentum take up towards this 118. We've seen the slow move downwards. There was a degree of indecisiveness in the market. Slow move downwards. We did seem poised to retest the 118 level. Didn't quite get there. We've had prices stall at the 114.30 or so. A couple of occasions, more visible on the daily charts, which I'll show you later on. But from there, we weren't able to break that 114.30 and hold above that level with any degree of decisiveness. And what we did see was further sell side momentum come back into the market. Now, price have come down towards the 200 period moving average here on the monthly chart. The 200 period moving average currently sits at 105.61. In around at 105.61, and pretty much that's where we bounced. Where we bounced. What I mean by that is where we found support more recently before posting what's potentially a higher low for further upside continuation. So, around the 105.60, we are seeing some positive. Well, if you're a bull, positive reactions. If you're a bull, reactions to the US dollar Japanese yen. But as we can see here on this chart, the most recent trend does appear to be slightly into the downside. We've got a high, potentially lower high, strong candles closing near their lows. We're currently in towards a potential dynamic level of support, so we'll see how prices react whether we do get that bounce to that 106.32 before building up enough momentum to the downside to break decisively through the 105.55 and the 105.60s. Now, let's just have a look at the weekly time frame before we have a look at the daily and wrap up here. So on this weekly time frame, I suppose I could get the drawings. Let's just have a look at the drawings. Nope, it's not that pleasant on the old eyes. So as we can see, we've had a move upwards, went into this bit of a consolidative range, tested the 114.30s, and we've seen a further sell side momentum breaking through the lows of the 114.30s. Now, there does appear to be a degree of indecisiveness developing, so there might be a potential for further retracement. But if this most recent trend persists, we do seem poised to retest these 102s and 100 levels just there. Might even break below the 100, but we do have to be aware of the potential for a 400 period moving average interaction here. The 400 period moving average is currently sitting in around at 99.98, but I would expect 100 to be a very key psychological level on the US dollar Japanese yen if we do see the further downside sell side momentum continue here in this market. Now, if you have a look at the daily time frame, and on the daily time frame, I suppose we can get our drawings back on the charts. There we are. So on this daily time frame, we were mentioning that in around that 114.30, and if we just move the charts over a little bit here, and there we are. So we were mentioning the importance of the 114.30, and as we can see here, especially by these arrows, we did head up towards that 114.30, and we did see sell side momentum come into this market from that 114.30. So from that 114.30, we posted lower highs in around that 113.56. Another very key important level to the upside. And again, we've seen the further sell side momentum, brief pullback, testing that 110.20 and the 400 period average, seeing further sell side momentum come down towards this 105.55. We did appear to be holding support there. We had a fairly strong move to the upside, but then we did have this particular bearish candle. Weren't able to invalidate the candle by trading above the high, so we had this bearish candle just there. We weren't able to invalidate that candle by trading above its high. Came pretty close for a test, but again, we've seen the further sell side momentum back down towards that 105.55. Trade slide below it, from which we did see buy side momentum return to the market. But from the buy side momentum return to the market, again, we posted a lower high, so we've got a high, lower high, which again is somewhat bearish for prices. And again, we've had prices head down towards that 105.55. Didn't quite come down for a test, but we do seem to be having a bit of a bullish day developing here so far on the US dollar Japanese yen here on Monday, 19th of March. So we'll see whether this bullishness is capped and we do have a true test of the 105.55, or if we head up towards that 106.32, from which we could potentially see that sell side momentum and bring us in alignment with the most recent trend, which is to the downside on the US dollar Japanese yen. And with that said, that pretty much wraps up the US dollar Japanese yen analysis. Thanks for watching.